Hey guys, want to build a shed but don't know how? Then this video is for you. Today we're going to build a 10x14 shed with single door, leveled on 8-inch blocks with 4x4 skids and a 2x3 window. So the first thing we're doing is nailing the floor together. It's going to be two 2x6s by 14 and 8 joists that are going to measure 117 inches. We had picked up the floor so that we could place the skids on top of the blocks first and then place the floor back on and then nail it. We're from the Rio Grande Valley where it had recently rained, and this customer told us that it had rained 5 inches on his driveway and he'd rather be safe than sorry. Because it was placed on 4x4 skids, we only needed to use 3 blocks on each one. Next, we're going to level it because his driveway did have a slant. We always start off with the highest side and bring everything up to that level using shims. The customer had said that he wanted anchors so his shed wouldn't move in case of high winds, so we used straps with cement bolts and bolts drilled into the wood, one on each corner. Next, we're going to put the floor plywood. This is the TNG subfloor OSB plywood. TNG stands for tongue and groove. It's cool because this plywood has a male and female side, which is the tongue and groove part, that click in together when pushed, which leaves no gaps in the floor. Next, we can start building the walls. Right now, I'm working on the back one, the 14-foot one. For the bottom plate and top plates, it was going to be 6 2x4x14s, and then for the 10-foot side, it's going to be 6 2x4x10s. And then for the studs, this one took 60 of them. We always nail them at every 16 inches centered. The plywood that I'm putting on the wall is called the Smart Siding plywood. It's the same one that Home Depot uses on their sheds. 10 out of 10, totally recommend, guys. Now I'm building the front wall with the door. For this door, it was a single door. The opening is going to measure 46.5 inches because the door is going to measure 48 inches. Now on this part, we had nailed the 14-foot wall first. Next, it was the 10-foot back wall. Then we were able to move the door wall out of the way so we could build the last wall. This is the wall that's going to have the 2x3 window. While I'm building this wall, I want to tell you a little bit about our company. We started about 1.5 years ago. This is shed number 116. Before this, we used to work for Tough Shed. We did that for about 2 years. And then before that, we built houses for 3 years. Building houses really helped us get to where we are today. And we did that right out of high school. Anyways, back to the shed. So now we're painting it. The paint that we're using is called Bear Pro Exterior Satin. This one has no primer, but it doesn't need to come primed because the walls already have primer, including the trim as well. So this is how it looks so far. The next step we're going to do is add the rafters. Before adding the rafters, I do need to add my top plates. The top plates help to strap the walls together. Once I'm done nailing them, I mark every single 2 feet along the wall to show where the rafter is going to be nailed. We also have found this little guy. I just wanted to show it to you guys. Here. Okay, back to the shed. So now we're nailing the rafters. Remember how I told you we marked them at every single 2 feet? My friend Jason is nailing 2 nails on each side of it. This was a 10x14 shed, so in total there was 8 rafters. Now on this one, there's no collar ties. We only put collar ties when it's 12 feet or more. When it's 10 feet or less, we don't put a collar tie. Okay, so next I had nailed 2 2x4s on the gable part, then a Z-bar. A Z-bar helps to prevent water from going in between 2 pieces of siding. And then I did the same thing for the back. Now, once that's done, we can start doing the plywood. For this one, it took 7 sheets in total. For the roof, it only takes 6, but we had gotten an extra one because we're going to build the loft at the end. Once all the plywood is nailed on, I cut off the extra siding with the sawzall, and then I start putting the felt paper on. While I'm doing this, my friend Brian is painting, so I can put on the trim next. The trim we get is the 1x4x16 feet Smart trim. This one took 14. First, we nail the gable parts, and then on the sides, we build sort of what's like a box, and then I nail it on top with the plywood. Next, I can start putting the drip edge. This one took 6 in total. Once that's done, my friend Brian and Jason will start working on the shingles while I make the doors. First, I nail all the 2x4s together and nail it with 15x15 triangles to keep it squared. Next, I can add the siding that we had cut off in the very beginning, and then I paint and add the trim. The door opening measured 46.5, so my door has to measure 45 inches to have space on both sides for it to open. The height of my opening was 79 inches, so I give my door 77.5 inches. Next, I can screw on the hinges. The hinges do come with screws, but the screws are only 1 inch long, so I get 2.5-inch screws instead, which are better because they hold the door tighter with the hinge. If you made it this far into the video, please follow us. We really appreciate your support. If you're ever going to be working on a project like this, I do recommend getting a Pro Extra account with Home Depot. It'll save you a ton of money. They also have a Home Depot credit card, which offers 6 to 24-month financing, no interest. We always tell our customers about it if they're going to be paying for the material. So now we're going to build the ramp. This shed was built a little bit high because of the 8-inch blocks and the 4x4 skids. So we usually give our ramp 4 feet, but this time we gave it 5 feet. As I mentioned before, this one does have a loft, a 4-foot loft. I had marked where each joist was going to go, and then I nailed them to the studs. After that, I added the plywood. I'm 6'3", and you can already tell how much space is inside the shed. And that's pretty much it, guys. This was a 10 by 14 shed with single door, 2 by 3 window, leveled on 8-inch blocks with 4 by 4 skids and 4 anchor straps with the loft. Thanks for watching my video, guys. Have a great day.